Hi folks, welcome back to the den. Quick video this one, mainly because I was asked to sort of do some videos about collections that I've got and things, and it timed in actually with another collection that's just sort of completed on the Kickstarter thing. Well, it completed some years ago, but the last element to that has come through, and it's from the same people that produced Galaxy Defenders. Galaxy Defenders is an amazing game. This is all the Kickstarter collection from the last time that they put it all together. Doesn't sound like they're going to be adding more to it, but from the same people, Ares Games, who produced the Galaxy Defenders, and also War of the Ring and a few other games anyway, but I mainly had the Galaxy Defenders set up. But they brought out a game on Kickstarter called Sword and Sorcery. Now I'll be putting this through Board Game Geek, but for those that haven't, here's a Sword and Sorcery. This was the second part of the Kickstarter here. So what we're going to do is I thought I'd just do another unboxing, just go through both elements, because the Kickstarter completed in November 2015. They took like, I don't know what, a year and a half or whatever to get the first part of it out. And the remainder came through about a month ago. So we'll go through what the two elements of the Kickstarter was, because anybody who's looking to say buy an ex-Kickstarter, this is the stuff. And there was a delay between probably, so I'm sure somebody will correct me, but it was around about a year or 18 months between the two elements coming out. So it's all here now, and it's in two parts. Like I say, it's the same people who did Galaxy Defenders, and it's a little bit off the beaten track is Sword and Sorcery. I mean, everybody's been into the Gloomhaven dungeon crawler. You've got Monster as well. Quite a few other dungeon crawlers brought out by Fantasy Flight and things like that, but this one seems to have dropped off the radar. I think this one's got pedigree. Once again, I've not played it, too much to do. Not played it, but it looks like really good pedigree. So what we'll do is I'll break this lot down, change the camera around, and we'll open up both boxes and just go through what we got in Kickstarter first version and the update Kickstarter parts as well. So back in a sec. So like I say, this Kickstarter was completed in November 2015, right? 2015. And it came into two stages. So I forget what it raised really, but it raised quite a bit of money out. But to be honest, I was expecting it to get a bit more, because I know how Galaxy Defenders have been some sort of really cult game. Their Kickstarter on there I missed for the add-on, and I ended up paying, when Kickstarter finishes, they enable you to go on the site and paying it, and it cost me another, I say, £120 more overall. But I bought into it anyway. So when I saw that they were bringing out a sort of a dungeon crawler type game, I thought, yeah, well, we'll have a bit of that action. And it has been a little while coming. I mean, Kingdom Death Monster's probably dragging its heels at the moment, but not as long as Myth. So look up Myth on Board Game Geek, and you'll see the fantastic game, but that's been just dragging on. I mean, that's probably 3.5 years, something like that, since sort of the Kickstarter finished, and we've had a little bit of product, and then there's been a takeover. But anybody getting into Kickstarters, and if you're already well known with Kickstarters, then there's an element of risk with the Kickstarter. So anyway, let's go and see what we got in our first batch of the Kickstarter for Sword and Sorcery. So taking stuff out of the box, so obviously we have a nice little box there, and that will contain a lot of the add-ons, the stretch goals, and a nice box there. We'll come to that. That's sort of an expansion box there. Vasturus's Lair. I'm sure I've pronounced that incorrectly. And then we'll have the main box set, which we'll start with first. So this is what came in the first wave. Alright, now that out, and it's a heavy old box. I'm telling you, there's a lot of stuff here. So if you are looking at purchasing this, I've got to say that there's a lot of material for you to have a look at. So let's put those out of the way. We'll come back to that. That, by the way, if you saw that lurking in the background, is the second wave. We'll come back to that in a minute. So here we have it, Sword and Sorcery. probably weighing in at, I don't know what, 5 kilos, somewhere around there. Now mine, unfortunately, came with a split side, so I've just put some tape on it, which is a bit unfortunate. There wasn't any real damage to the box, but I've got to say that sometimes these boxes do split, don't they, with the strength and so on. So let's pop this open. Now these would have been cellophane wrapped. I've actually opened them all up, but I've not gone any more than that. I've just had a look at the contents. So let's get that popped open there. So nice. There we go. Nice box. Yes, we'll stick that over there. So we come with storybooks, book of secrets there. The storybook, the sort of the campaign book with the different missions in and everything. Very nice, nice quality on there. So anybody familiar with Galaxy Defenders will know about that. Rule book. This has actually now got a different version, and I'm hoping that there'll be an appendices. I need to nip onto the website and have a look. But once again, full colour with examples of playthroughs. This does come with an app as well. If you bought on the Kickstarter, you would have been sent codes for unlocking the characters that appear on the app, or you can get the app and then you pay extra for some of the characters that you've got. I've not looked into it enough to see whether or not, if you bought a retail version of this now, how many of the characters that you get that aren't in. But we have each one comes with, so we've got on here Sword and Sorcery Kickstarter edition, contents, components, and Sword and Sorcery Kickstarter optional components. So they'll be down for different tiers. I mean, I got the full-on tier, so I got everything that was in there. So there's some various parts in there. So then we come to different trays. So we have one tray here with all the things. I've left a lot of them. Now we have all the heroes. Everything. They come in like a silvery plastic mould, and I've got to say that the miniatures are really nice miniatures. I mean, not resins or anything, but very nice miniatures. So there's a whole collection there, and all the baddies that are different tiers come in different. I mean, I've not debagged all these. They come in different colours depending on their levels. So lots of baggies down there, and we've got sort of a boss guy here. I'm talking out of turn because I've never played it. So really nice boss guy, devil guy on there. That's nice. Yeah, good detail. Okay, so we end up with the tray of miniatures on there. Then the next big part to this is this, and I don't want to split the box anymore, is all the, on the Kickstarter, and I'm not too sure if it comes to retail, but you get like a thing where you can put cards in, so you have a card tray system, and then we have all the maps and tokens and everything else like that. So this is yet to be unfolded, but this is sort of heavy cardstock, and if it's anything to go by with the Galaxy Defenders, it'd be really good quality. Then we have more with some standees, and dice. So all the dice on there. I have a baggie for dice baggies. We have the hero cards, so there'll be cards for each of the characters that you'll be playing. So loads of them stocked in there. Once again, more monsters. Okay, and that is a Kickstarter edition. So that was a Kickstarter add-on, different, like a werewolf. And you'd have to check, like I say, check the retail compared to the Kickstarter. So this is really for people who are perhaps buying into, people who are getting rid of this stuff. You know, a lot of people buying the Kickstarter and then let it go. Ages of time. So, and I think with the completion of the second part coming through, you might see many coming for market. So lots of cards, 3 packs of cards. Oh, sorry. Oh, more than that one. Another big pack there. Weapons, all sorts of bits and pieces, and more cards, character cards there. Okay, so that was the base set that we got. So I'm assuming what we're seeing in here is retail, okay, but like you say, do your homework, check on the Kickstarter old site, see what people were getting for their full pledges. I can't remember the exact pledge I was getting here. I got the all-in pledge, which, and I'll show you some of the stuff that we got from the Kickstarter. This was the Kickstarter editions, as it were, you know, the add-ons. And what we got in there was, firstly, a full set of the miniatures again for the heroes. So we've got all the heroes again on there. So we got that. We ended up with another dice bag, more dice, and then these were the good bits. Then scenery. So we ended up with chests, doors, okay, and chests and doors. So yeah, chests and doors on there, and then we have additional character cards. And now this is where we got some additional characters with their character cards. Yeah, looks like a big bear. Excuse my ignorance. Just once again, another big character there going on there. Oh, what else? Yeah, this was the other. This was the other Kickstarter. I think this is what makes really buying into the Kickstarter really cool. Coins. Metal coins for the currency, just adds nice bits to the game. So yeah, a big selection of metal coins. Those would have come with the Kickstarter as well. So obviously, if you're buying into anybody's collection, just make sure, like I say, check the Kickstarter page, see what we've given away, and then make sure that you pick who you're buying from. Then we have character cards. What they did was they brought you some character cards out that linked to some of the enemies and stuff on the other thing, on Galaxy Defenders, yeah. So it sort of did cards for that. I don't know where they all fit in, but anyway, they do. And then we have another extra character. So these are the Kickstarter exclusives for the characters. Alright, so pretty cool. Get going on there. Caught me off the hop actually, because I forgot all the stuff that's in here. So those were the Kickstarter editions for it. So a bit more of everything. But also the other part of the Kickstarter, I'll just get this out of the way, was, as part of the package, was this expansion. And it's, I hope I've got it pronounced, Vastoris' Lair. So this came along, and the only reason, what they did was they printed all the plastics, okay, but they were missing a lot of the cards, which, you know, sometimes you think, well, is that not really the other way around? So what we've got here is they gave us a list of Wave 2, so all the items that would be coming in Wave 2 components, okay, so those are the things that didn't come in this one. Alright, so that's the Wave 2. We've also got the fate sheets for this particular scenario, and obviously in its name we've got the additional cards, the actual map pieces, and these I have taken off thing, but they're good, nice quality, and I've not punched anything through, but there doesn't seem to be any, tentatively having a look, there doesn't seem to be anything with the punching in. So they're nice, double-sided, nice print, lovely, and they're to do with this. Then we come to the boss. Now you'll notice in the pack there's compartments in that are missing cards, and these were the ones that weren't printed at the time, but they had all the plastics in print, and they felt it best to get all the plastics out and whatever else they had, and basically make everybody wait for the cards. The core game was complete, so you could play that, but the expansion required all the cards for it. So looking at this, and there's, you know, it's a big box, and what you've got in there, you will have the cards from things, but you'll have some of the minions that go along. But then we have this, and this is bonkers. Hopefully it will show you that on the camera. That dragon. It's like a hydra, isn't it? 5 heads. Absolutely crazy model. I'm not good at painting, but you know, your dream would be that you'd paint that to look amazing. So that's what Vastoreus, or however it's pronounced, is, and that's what we got in the second in that wave. So I'll just put those back in as we go. So we received those, and then about 18 months later, after everything, we then get in the post the Wave 2 components. And I've got to say about Ares Games, because Kickstarter's not an exact science, I've got to say Ares Games really did keep everybody informed. They just didn't go silent. They told you everything, not like Monsters. You know, you get an update from Monster every, what, 6 months or something. But then again, some people say, yeah, but if they haven't got anything to update, yeah, but my thing is this: if you've given them 200-300 quid of your money, you would like something to say, yeah, it's still going along all right, we're doing all right, we haven't, you know, this, that and the other, even just a hi, how are you? So, second wave arrived. I don't know why, I was expecting a bigger box. I didn't know what I was expecting getting. Anyway, it was slightly delayed because what they did was, when they issued this, the core game, the communities fed back and they found out that there's errata on different cards. Okay, so some of your baseline cards and things like that, some of the cards in the base set were incorrect, and they thought, as a proper company did, well, hang on a minute, what we'll do is we'll reprint those cards and then put them in with the second wave, which held the second wave up. But all the time, Ares always came back and said, we're doing this because, so there was no big shake. Nobody complained that it was being held up, because if they found errata, then absolutely fantastic. So here we have the character cards, obviously for Vastoreus Lair, with some big bear cards, with, you know, necromancers, you know, lots of character cards that didn't make their way into, and are replacements to ones that have been in there. Then we come into 2 books of secrets, which is 2 campaigns, Darkness Falls and Vastoreus Lair. Vastoreus, yeah, pronounce it. There is something online as well, so I need to check the website, because I'm sure that there's something else that they didn't print but made available. Then we have the storybook, the campaign book as it were, for both Darkness Falls and Vastoreus Lair. So without giving away any spoilers, you've got your sort of campaign set up, their missions set up. So it looks all lovely, really nice, just lovely quality. Then we come to all the cards. So we've got those character cards there. We've obviously got these main cards. Once again, characters, everything, good guys, bad guys. And then we have the cards relevant to either, once I've split these open, I'm sure that a number of them are replacements to the core, but also there'll be new weapons and all sorts of things. So basically it's the card stock that should have come with the other waves but didn't do because of, you know, their print, and then, like I say, they triple checked over them and sent them back in. So that's a quick overview of everything to do with Sword and Sorcery. As far as I can tell off Board Game Geek, it's been a well received system. The problem with some of these things, though, it does get overshadowed by a number of other things. I mean, this week alone, it's just been bonkers with new Kickstarters, U-Boat, Nemesis, O2's open today, and there's been a number of Kickstarters. And I think at the same time they brought that Fantasy Flight Darkness Falls, was it this Simon, came out. So there was a number of dungeon crawlers happening at the time, and I think it's probably not got the press. And Gloomhaven going to #1 and things like that, so it got overshadowed, and perhaps the release point for that, but I believe it's a brilliant game. Obviously you'll do the homework, but do the homework on what you're buying, okay, what you're getting. So if people are telling you it's wave 1 and 2 for the Kickstarter, this is all the stuff you should be getting, but check the Kickstarter page. It will explicitly say what you're getting. Have a look at the updates. and just make sure that's the case, that you're just not buying somebody's old retail copy, because this would have been out to retail now, and I'm not 100% sure in the core box if everything that's in that is in fact in the retail copy. So there will be a list somewhere, and somebody may have posted a PDF of the lists that they put out, so be aware of that. But it looks fantastic, a lot of content, a lot of stuff, so there you go. Hopefully that's helpful for you. Over to look over. Happy gaming, and thanks to all the subscribers. Please subscribe if you'd like to stay in tune with the channel, because we've got some stuff going on with 3D printing over there. A load of stuff we've got through from the 3D printer, from scenery for both Gloomhaven I'm messing with, and all stuff for Kingdom Death Monster as well. So I'm having a go at those. So I'll be doing a little video on my attempts at producing scenery through 3D print, and also painting. So even if you want to laugh, that'll be well worth waiting for. So thanks very much. Have a good day, and hopefully see you soon. Take care. Bye now.